back to the B stream, last knockout game of the day. I am 40 Lions, joined by the one and only Lethal, and we got Proximo versus Sirius. I don't know why, but that's legit. That is the match. That's what's happening. Lethal, how are you?
Good, mate. Do you know what? Just glad to hear your voice. You know, it's been tiring. Also, we've done so many matches. Hear your voice. I'm full of energy again. I'm absolutely up for like anything. And yeah, this should be an interesting one. Like, Sirius has been playing like his aim skill, his mechanics earlier, unbelievable. Proximo's not been doing too shabby himself against Chain back earlier on in this series. So yeah, hopefully we'll see a little bit of a bloodbath as the final series of the day.
Well, we absolutely will. It's just a shame that it's 2 qualifiers, but that's the way it goes. The map pool is going to be Insomnia, Awoken, Ruins if we get there. Proximo's playing Anarchy, Doom, and Eisen. Series will have Ranger, Visor, Strog. So the first match, Insomnia, Anarchy versus Ranger. We're going to get into it shortly. Any thoughts, Lethal, on who might take this first map?
Technically, I feel like it should be a 2-0. Like if Sirius is playing the way he was earlier. The only one thing for him is just don't tilt, because once he tilts, that's it. His aim skill's out the window. His
Game
fortitude,
over.
Yeah, literally, it's pretty much it. But if he played exactly how he played against Sparty, this should be a 2-0. If not, if Proximo causes some issues or some problems and affects his mental fortitude, we could go all the way. We'll see.
We will see. We might see a third map. I don't think we've seen it yet. I mean, I've been here the whole time. I don't even remember. What time is it right now? You've been pulling like a 16-hour shift. Tomorrow's going to be a nightmare for me. Very excited. But I hear the players on the server. We're going to get into it and kick this off with map number 1. Both players fighting for their tournament life. One of these players will be out of the tournament day 1, and we're going to find out in about 30 minutes, give or take. Sirius versus Proximo live right now on Insomnia.
Yeah, we've seen so many upsets or so many close series today. It's the same one of these two have to go home, but it's what it is, boy. It's what it is. It's Sirius now just backing away a tad, just keeping his distance, trying to hit that first round. Doesn't get what he desired, but it doesn't matter. The main thing is he's got that top mid control just hanging on back. Good use of the tri-bolt as well. This is the second rail, just faking out that orb, and let's say Proximo didn't go for it.
Good rails exchange there. We saw Anarchy earlier. The speed of Anarchy, I believe, from Sparty, getting away from Sirius. So Sirius might be a nightmare here. Proximo can run away from him, but the buckshot makes sure he doesn't escape at least that time, as Sirius takes the lead with 1 frag.
Certainly does. Sirius again needed that rail, but didn't count it. But it's going to be 2 for 2. Proximo already in the back foot. Going 2-0. Using a few of those rockets and the orb as well. Okay, this is looking pretty damn quick. Sirius is, well, playing Sirius.
Yeah, it's all a series right now as tournament life on the line against the players. Oh, he hits it! Just right on the cheeks on the way out, Lethal. Just what I want to give you all the time when we go to parties. 120 in, series already up 3. Looking to secure this heavily and early on.
Certainly is indeed, and Sirius just continuing to be trouble here for Proximo, but if he's doing drop-down rails like that 40, then I'm all for it. Of course, he's going to be, the only person who won't be is Proximo at this stage, but he has counteracted with a rail of his own to do enough chip to keep Sirius at bay. But this is the problem you see. Over the last 2 minutes, it's just been Sirius with map control, but at least now Proximo with the heavy can maybe do something here, but with that rocket and the rail afterwards, this is again a word of sneak in still, as if he managed to assumed he was going to get away, but of course not. Proximo is so weak here, as Proximo maybe giving his full death. Yes, he does. It's going to be a 4-0 lead here for Sirius.
Sirius just so smart after hitting that combo two-piece. He's just like, if you run away, I'm going to hear it, so I know you're going to double back. The inject saving Proximo's life as Sirius almost gets the chip damage he needs. Proximo living on a prayer right now. The shotgun just a little bit around the corner, and Sirius smells blood. He wants this frag so bad. Proximo still alive. Somehow gets away, and Sirius finally says, you know what, forget this. Let me just grab some items. But what a chase. What a chase from Sirius.
Certainly was. He kind of felt like, okay, yeah, you know, we put a lot of pressure on you, been suffocating you from the very beginning. We'll give you a little bit of space, like, you know, a little bit of a break, and then I'm just going to charge straight on in. And that's what Sirius is literally doing. Straight away hits that first rail. One more would do it, depending on how he's going to reposition himself, but he's made the correct read here. It just depends of how he wants to pursue. Proximo's is directly down below. Mega's up in the next couple of seconds. Sirius is in prime position to grab this uncontested. Makes perfect sense as Proximo hasn't
Oh
really
my
got
God.
enough stack to work with at all in the slightest, but Sirius looking very healthy indeed.
Big stack, a little bit of damage, but enough to just know exactly where Proximo is. Unfortunately, the rocket jump eclipsed the ceiling, so it won't get to the chase. Oh, but why chase when they'll come to you? Proximo threw the telly right into the buckshot. That one, it's 5-0 for Series. There's the rail. There's another rail. A little bit of insurance with the Dire Orb. If you're going to go right, I'll just teleport right to it. Series looking very good right now.
Can we just mention 78% accuracy with the rail, and that was with 19 shots fired against an Anarchy. Like, this guy is probably had the
Lethal,
best
he
aim.
can't do it on LAN. He can't do it on... Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
True. True.
There's another rail and some Tri-Bolt, unfortunately, for Series missing. But still, as you said, just damage is through the roof with the railgun here, especially against an Anarchy. Pretty nuts. It's kind of reminiscent of Kilson, where Sirius is just holding middle ground with rail out and just tracking based off sound and getting 1 or 2 rails and then chasing to finish the frag, and that's easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Literally just saying, come at me every single time, and do you know what, why not? With the stack he's got, surprise, he's not to go on, he left on 32 HP, and right now, Sirius, he's living the dream, and Proximo is living probably the worst nightmare he has ever had over the years.
Yeah, this is not the start you want here, especially when your tournament life is on the line. Map number 1 firmly in the series. 7-0 and still with the shoulder peak rail again and again and again and again. 73% railgun, shooting 1,500 damage halfway through this one. No signs of stopping. And Proximo has to figure out a way to stop this bleeding and get back into this game because he is just absolutely iced out right now.
It's interesting as well, both players have barely even touched the LG in the slightest. We've got 13 items in favour of Sirius, 7 in favour of Proximo. But yeah, it's just been a Sirius show for the entire time and got the info he needed as he was backing away towards that light. So, you know, any info, any little helps at this stage. We're just at the halfway mark where Proximo hasn't really shown any kind of promise or any signs of a comeback as of yet. But the only way he's going to come back from this is, well, for starters, 1, no more deaths, and 2, just full item, full map control, and for every frag he gets to be as smooth sailing as possible. But I can't imagine that happening at this stage.
Yeah, I don't know how you... Oh my god, big defensive rocket from Series there. Almost gets another one, just chooses wrong on the angle, but still, the rail... So hard to hit. Tries to hit another one, and oh my god. The stare down after the Dire Orb. Just, you don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to tell it to you or not? You're not ready for anything. Up 7-0. So comfortable. And the Tri-Bolt to end it for the 8th frag. Series just, wow.
These players have been playing all day and now through most of the evening, and Sirius still able to put this much pressure on and just be an absolute pain in the backside for Proximo. It's tough, it really is. Some people can get quite fatigued, but Sirius, he wants this more than anything. You can just clearly see his gameplay, and how his aim skill and his tracking, everything just playing a big part into Proximo not being able to do so great. We haven't seen even one frag, even a sign of it. I've never really felt like there was an element of Sirius being out of control in terms of how he's pursuing the map for the entirety of this matchup here. And I can tell you what, going into the second map, Proximo does not want to have zero. Oh, okay, there we go. Gets a first. Gets a first. Not too shabby.
Caster's Curse. Still a lot of work, though. 2.5 minutes remaining. He's got to get 7 frags just to even it up. And again, Series, even after that, Series just looks comfortable.
I see.
And this is a series where he's not really utilizing LG, like you said, and that's scary because his LG is incredible. And if Series is up by 6 and he's not really using LG, what the hell is going on?
Well, you're not wrong, let's be real, you're not wrong, but he's just got a couple of frags to his name to try and keep his score respect. He does have a chance to try and bring this back. But the problem is, the LG in the rails from Sirius has just been nothing short of spectacular. 2 minutes left to try and find 6 frags. closer and closer out of the realms of possibility. This Proximo just look at the flank on round, but look at this. Sirius just playing the defensive game, just waiting for the drop him down. Had the LG in hand ready. Orbed him. He was on 7 HP. Probably wasn't necessary, but you know what? Why not?
What a trap. Just so patient. Just brutal. I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit. Of 7. And so now it's time to start getting to the set about map number 2 for Proximo, because that is potentially your last map of the tournament. This is where players come to die. This stream, the B stream. I have the the responsibility of casting aside players from the tournament, which hurts my heart. It does, but it's got to happen, Lethal.
It does. Yeah, it does. It does. But again, a lot of these lower seeds have shown some true potential today, haven't they? They've been playing out of their minds and proving why they're here. Proximo, you know, he had a decent series against Chain, but Sirius is just taking advantage. Oh my god, the LG coming up from Proximo just then. There's one way to boost your confidence a little bit, but didn't actually get the frags. Sirius now continue to show his worth. Oh, the LG again from Sirius. My god, Foy. It's just a real treat, isn't it?
It's just pretty gross that he's hitting 51% rail, or excuse me, LG against Anarchy. That's kind of gross.
Yeah, it really is. And even though the rails dwindled down to like 54% hit percentage, at one point we're talking he's fired 19 shots and he was hitting 78%. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? And just no signs of stopping at all. Doesn't matter if it's the first match of the day or late in the evening. Sirius just continued to barn on the pressure, and you can see from the items, 19 items for Sirius, 18 for Proximo. More than I expected. I kind of felt like it was more favouring Sirius considering the way he was just performing the entire time. It just couldn't really do much for the stack overall. But yeah, this is looking pretty damn bleak here for Proximo.
It's rough. It's not over yet, but it's definitely rough. Awoken is the map we're going to be going to. Proximo is going to be on Doom. A Visor for Sirius, so a little bit more even on the stack side. In terms of abilities, Visor's probably, you know, obviously a little bit better because, again, greased up Doom guy, just there's not much you can do. I think off the spawn, we might see some quick movement to try and take over map control immediately, but then you run the risk of absolutely getting decimated with your fists out, but we'll see how he plays it. He has to be cautious. This is potentially Proximo's last map of the tournament.
It could be. Just have to see how good his fisticuffs is. Yeah, it's going to be interesting with the Visor, with the piercing sight. We don't really see it used too much. Very, very, you know, we're talking a very small amount of players, like a small pack of players who've been able to use Visor to a massive degree in order to, like, on small maps like Awoken. We've seen it on Clock to keep on, you know, very rare occasion, but this time round, yeah, it's going to be really tough. It won't just be to secure some of these frags. It's going to be the preparation for those items. Are they still top mid waiting for the mega? Are they above rail getting ready for the heavy or to rain rockets down? There's so many different things you could do with a Visor, but in terms of like the abilities, it's not going to be a massive factor. Of course, Visor is going to affect him a little bit more, but of course, it's all about the passive ability for, you know, the Doomsday at this stage.
Yep, the double jump might be huge. We'll see. Can Proximo send this to a map number 3 and kind of stay in the fight a little bit longer, or is he going to go out 0-2? We've seen it a lot over here on the B stream. This is the graveyard again. Sorry. Sorry. It's just that's the way it goes. We have to whittle the players down to eventually get to the champion. So potential tournament end here for Proximo. So if you're a Proximo fan, make some noise. Do whatever you can in the chat. Maybe all caps lock. I don't know if you'll get banned. I don't even know if we have moderation here. But try your best because this is his last chance to try and, you know, extend the life of his tournament career here, at least for this one. Maybe there'll be more in the future. I don't know, Lethal. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow because time doesn't matter and nothing is real.
So basically what you're saying is you're the Undertaker and we're just sending them all down to you. Is that what you're trying to say?
I wish. If I'm Undertaker, then I want you to be Paul Bearer, but I definitely have the shape of Paul Bearer more than Undertaker, and I'm not very tall. I'm like 4'6", like 700 pounds.
I'm not very tall
which is
either.
Probably like 18 stone or whatever you use. I don't even know. So,
mate, we could both be Paul Bearer.
Bearer.
We could be twins or something.
I'm down. Now that is a match I would watch. Paul Bearer versus Paul Bearer. We both get our own urns.
True.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm also talking about this map number 2. Let's go, Lethal.
Yeah, it's final series of the day, guys. In chat, is Sirius now just pushing with a piercing sight straight away. This could be the final map for Proximo in this tournament, or can he take us to a map 3? We'll have to see. It's again Sirius continuing with how great his aim skill has been, and looking to try and secure his place into tomorrow's loser bracket matchup. And of course, in terms of who we'll be playing against between Proximo and Sirius, we'll keep you guys updated at home. But sticking into this matchup, Proximo's still very, very weak. He's in no man's land. He's a little bit tempted to go for the heavy, but he knows he's going to be in the wrong place. And that flick was so damn good.
Do it on land. Oh, wait. Forgetting. A lot of people are quiet. A lot of people are quiet about Sirius and his aim.
Did you hear anything?
1-0 as he takes the lead. Yeah, I hear nothing. I hear nothing from chat.
Silence there. Sirius slowly approaching Proximo. Got all the information he needs. Hits that first. Do you know these rails he's hitting? It's just great, isn't it? With what he's seen so far. But then again, a good counter rail here from Proximo. He needs to play the game of his life in order to try and stay in this matchup. But a little bit uncharacteristic there with Sirius missing that rail, but the double jump probably threw him off just a little bit. Both of them on a slightly similar stacks, as both items at the moment almost in sync.
Stuck in the main area here. Can Proximo land the rail? No, and instead takes one on the way out. So armor completely melted off. Doesn't really have the path to make it to the heavy. Has to try and live off potential light armor. But Sirius kind of just pressuring a little bit, but doesn't want to fully chase. Instead, he says, you know what, I'll take full map control. Okay.
And now there's about a 5-second difference between the items. Yeah, he won't be able to grab both, but at least he can try and contest or get to the heavy later on in order to rain some damage down and not make it Proximo's worthwhile here. We'll see. And Sirius now just changing the pace a little bit here. He knows that Proximo's been playing quite slow from time to time, but then again, Sirius is just trying to see exactly how patient he can be. Does have that piercing sight, but of course doesn't need to use it considering you can hear all these audio cues back and forth from Mega to top mid. But this would be a good time to get a line of sight to see if he can catch him going up to top mid. But no, Proximo just standing his ground.
Fear nothing. So that's exactly what has to happen here if he wants to try and extend this to a map number 3. Only down by 1, plenty of time. There's the jump over, a little cheeky, but can't land the damage he wants. And you can see Sirius just wants to push in with LG. Just trying to decide lethal. That's good tri-ball into the rail after the pickup. Make that another one. Proximo needs to get the hell out of there. 50 HP, 37 actually, just bleeding internally. And Sirius now has vision, and that was easy. It doesn't get easy.
Well, with that piercing sight, yeah, it just makes it that little bit easier, doesn't it? Just consider his nose going to come around that corner from the hourglasses. Picks up the next 5 seconds. Oh, good catch there from Proximo. If he stops him and picks up the Mega, that will be huge.
That's exactly what he does, but he takes a gigantic defensive rocket to the face. Almost a rail, and nope, make that for sure a rail, and then a tickle. And that is unfortunate. The good attack from Proximo, but Sirius still comes out on top, and the tri-bolt keeping the damage up high, has vision back. And after that, pickup, he will pop it. No, I thought Proximo was going to drop. That would have been catastrophic. 4 minutes in, Sirius looking for his 4th frag.
Proximo kind of feels like even if he gives like the smallest pixel of his hitbox, he's just going to get literally trashed on straight away by that rail. And I'm not surprised, like Sirius has been hitting almost everything. Speaking of that, let's just go to hit percent rate. 64% rail for Sirius, only 10 for Proximo. So yeah, it's not 9% now, so it's not looking the best. And the LG 51% on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, some might say that Sirius is a bit of an aim god. I mean, self-proclaimed maybe? I don't know. I'm not here to put labels on people, Lethal. I just know that Sirius is laying down some damage right now. 1,700 damage to Proximo's 500 damage. Rough.
Yeah, that is rough indeed, especially now at the halfway point. Sirius is just not really giving him any angles or any reason to make this push. And if you keep missing rails on that, yeah. Oh no, Sinclair is
See ya.
straight away. Oh yeah, that's not what you want.
I mean, for some, a vacation is hanging out in a hot tub with Sinclair. Why not? But right now, with your tournament life on the line, not what you want. Almost connects with the rail after the nice beat of LG. Sirius just looks, again, way too comfortable. He's not really being tested. Proximo doesn't have any answers to, one, all of this damage. He can't go toe-to-toe, and he just can't muscle in on some of these items.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an issue, but he's just missed so many important rails, which could have kept him in
Oh
this
my
matchup.
God.
2 for 2, 3 for 3. Sirius is just... You're right about him being an angle of 4 for 4, almost 5 for 5. But do you know what? The damage has already been done. He's on the hunt already. He's so aggressive, pushing on forward. He knows he's trapped. He knows there's no way out here. Cleans him up, and just the LG to boot. My God.
I'm calling the police in Romania.
Same. I've already called him, actually. I called him before this map.
We should have. My God. 6-0. Sirius just looks unstoppable right now. Proximo does get a clean pickup as Sirius does miss that rail. But so much work needs to be done in less than 4 minutes. And again, Proximo just cannot get a foothold against Sirius. Every time he tries, it's just he's taking damage, whether it be LG, rail, whatever. Even some tribal. There's a good rail. Now the vision is popped from Sirius. Is he going to test Proximo? Goes around the corner after it. Oh, and Proximo just eats so much LG! And the rail finisher yet again from Sirius.
Like,
Three step Doom guy?
just incredible from Sirius. I can see why Sparty had so much trouble as well. I don't know when we cussed that game earlier on the winner's side, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of issues for anyone. If you're one of those players who struggles to adapt early or try and have any workarounds or ideas to try and avoid the aim skill of your opponent, this is where it can get really rough, and Proximo is definitely in that territory. Sirius left on 30 HP. Proximo may be able to find his first frag. Oh, not after that instance, hits the first one. You know what, you might as well just go for the seconds. Go on.
Oh, times it perfectly using the vision just right when he pops around. Unreal. And Sirius, 55 HP, hanging on, knows that time is on his side. Just very casually waiting. Waiting to advance in the lower bracket as each tick of time, good shot from Proximo to put himself on the board. Each tick, each second is another grain of sand on top of Proximo's tournament grave here. Another frag from Proximo, stringing him along nicely, but he did take a lot of damage, and still 2 minutes left for 5 frags just to equalize lethal. Do you believe in miracles? Because if you want Proximo to take this to a third, you're going to have to.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, if you're going to take a straight up LG battle, no, I don't believe in miracles at all going into this. It's still a sick frag deficit. Good rocket from Proximo, but he's the one where he's going to be pretty damn weak in comparison to Sirius' stack. Does get away in the end. Do you know what? Every time I watch Sirius play, I just have to go towards the hit percentages every time. The fact that he's done nearly 1400 damage with the LG and he's hitting 55%, that's mad.
Yeah, 55% LG is just not appropriate. And going through no choice, Proximo has to chase, but Sirius is just way too ready. And this one is just done and dusted, no matter what happens. I'm sorry, Proximo, all due respect, but the tournament will end here for Proximo on day 1, and Sirius will battle his way through the lower bracket. Starting tomorrow, I mean technically starting now, but he will extend his life in the lower bracket and fight another day. And that other day will be tomorrow.
Technically he is fighting another day because it is past midnight, so.
Oh yeah, you guys, again, I forgot you're doing the marathon over in the studio right now. So there we go. There we go. Time doesn't matter when you're in the server.
That's true. With 40 seconds left, as Proximo now goes 2 for 2. Lead first. Now he's going to go for the LG anyway. And yeah, that's literally been the story of this matchup so far. I do feel sorry for Proximo because, like, look at. Oh my God, it's just like it's like a nightmare times 10, isn't it?
It is. It's a nightmare. It's going to hurt. This isn't the way that Proximo wanted it to go, but at least they got here, you know, and that's still in an achievement in and of itself, and I think they should pat themselves on the back, but Sirius is just, my God, that LG is disgusting, and we're going to be seeing more of that throughout the weekend as he takes this one 2-0, knocking Proximo out of the tournament and advancing.
Unbelievable. Look at the damage. Almost double in comparison. 58% with the Rail, 56% with the LG. Just absolute madness. But commiserations to Proximo. I know with the, a lot of the hardcore fans will know Proximo's been around for, quite a long time over the years. And, this was his first LAN. And even though I'll say commiserations, he played well early against Chain in that matchup. Against Sirius, a little bit different. You could just see the aim skill in itself. It's been very, very tough. It's been a long day for these players. But yeah, it will be Sirius walking through and continuing on with his loser bracket run.
We will see him tomorrow, but that is it. That's it for us today here at the B Stream. 4 knockout games. Players have had to be laid to rest, but we're going to have 9 games on this stream tomorrow. I am the captain of the B Stream and just sending people to their grave, unfortunately. But that's it. We're done. So get some sleep, Lethal. You've been working hard. I'm just going to go back to bed because I'm not wearing pants all day because I'm at home. So it's easy for me. I don't know.
If I was home, I'd be doing the same thing, but I can't do it.
I mean, you could do it. No one cares. I think the stream starts around 7 Eastern here for lower bracket, but I'm not sure. Check the website because I am always wrong. So brackets will be updated. Quake.pglesports.com. 6:30 for stream A. So, but seriously, just go to the website. Don't trust me for anything because I'm always wrong and I could barely read. But Lethal, it was a pleasure. It's good to see you, even if it's virtually. I wish I could be there, but I hope everyone's having fun and staying safe. Chat, thank you for tuning in to this stream. Thanks for tuning in to the main stream. A lot more Quake for the rest of the weekend. But that's it for today. We will see you tomorrow in either stream. Take care and be safe.